The history of solar observation at Greenwich goes back to the very beginnings of the Royal Observatory. When we think about the kind of work that amateurs and professionals do today, we would think of professionals as having the biggest equipment, they're the best funded, they have funding from, perhaps from companies and so on, but majorly from governments. In the 19th century it was very different. The most sort of cutting edge work and the work that required the really expensive equipment, the biggest telescopes and so on, was very often done by amateurs. They had new photographic technology and processes that allowed them to take photographs of the solar surface, showing things like the sunspots and so on. And to do that, while you might have one individual actually responsible for taking the photograph, but you then have a lot of other individuals who are obviously responsible for developing the photographs, but then for the measuring, literally with microscopes, they did these measurements as detailed as they could, and then having to do all the number crunching as well. And that kind of work was performed by people that were called computers, human computers. When they started their programme of doing daily photographs of the sun's surface, they did it for 100 years. I mean, you know, this was going to be a long-term serious thing to try and work out those patterns over a long period of time. So it's kind of making it longer in length rather than contracting it and getting more and more people working on it. So I think that's what Solar Stormwatch manages to do, is get involved as many people as possible to kind of make a very broad set of data over perhaps a shorter period than a century.